the potential for catastrophe is high.
We have to go really slow.
In New Sharon, Maine, a sudden flash freeze has turned the roadway into a sheet of ice.
I'm having so much PTSD right now. I'm honestly panicking.
We're gonna scud, but we're only going 5 miles an hour.
So one driver, who seems to have experience with conditions like this, wisely takes extreme caution on her way home.
My wheels are stopping, but the car's still sliding.
As her passenger offers helpful advice.
Just go 5 miles an hour.
Just for the hill.
Yes, just for the hill. We're going 5 miles an hour. And around the bend that I had my accident. That is slippery.
While the slight uphill battle may be too much for cars going the other way, the driver's cautious approach seems to be working.
Why aren't they salting the roads yet?
We can't go up.
Unfortunately, there's another driver behind them that is having a lot more trouble. And their vehicle is much, much bigger.
Oh my God! We should call 911.
A semi, coming from behind, loses control, sending its load spinning, clipping the woman's car and crashing into two others.
Call 911. Call 911.
Amazingly, the woman in this car somehow escapes serious injury, as do the two occupants of the white truck behind it. The driver goes to check on the woman in the first car hit as her friend calls 911.
I don't know, but it's in New Sharon. There's a huge semi truck. It just crashed.
Authorities arrive soon after. According to the woman filming, the roads froze over in less than 10 minutes.
I'm honestly panicking.
Which serves as a reminder to always take it slow in the cold, because loss of control can happen incredibly fast.
Oh my God!
In Quarryville, Pennsylvania, it's a quiet night in Amish country. Or is it? An Amish horse and buggy whips around a corner, producing sparks in its wake and barrels down the road. The driver of the car with the dash cam eventually catches up to the man driving the buggy, who explains that his horse got spooked when a strap accidentally hit it in the behind. Which, while it might be the real story, isn't as fun as pretending that the buggy driver just likes to cut loose every now and then. On a New York City interstate, a trucker's dash cam records as traffic slows to a crawl, and some drivers begin using the breakdown lane to try to get ahead. When the trucker spots a white SUV attempting to do the same, he tries to block its way, to no avail. Despite the near miss, both vehicles press on. But once past police, the SUV driver appears to retaliate for the attempted block by what seems like brake checking and slowing the truck's progress. Not wanting to engage, the trucker moves into another lane. But the SUV driver refuses to let it go. No matter which way the truck goes, the SUV driver stays the course. The trucker then attempts to pass the car on the left. And that's when the SUV driver makes a very dangerous and very foolish decision. As the driver attempts to pull in front of the trucker once again, they cut it too close and are clipped by the truck, sending them spinning sideways and into the guardrail. The driver of the truck pulls over and waits for authorities to arrive. No word on the outcome, but the trucker has more than enough evidence to help his side of the story. As for the alleged brake checker, they do well to remember that road rage is always a bad idea, especially when raging at a vehicle much, much bigger than yours.
Mother, you need help.
Yes.
A concerned driver pulls up beside an older woman, making her way down a busy Memphis road in a motorized scooter.
Is it running? You okay? Okay.
The driver's name is Tawana Murphy, and she decides to take the older woman's protection into her own hands.
I'm gonna have them go around. Go around. Go around her. Go around her, y'all. Go around. Let her go. Thank y'all.
However long it takes.
I'm gonna stay behind you, Mother.
I went and checked on her because I have a mother, and my mother's 73 years old. And I would want somebody to come and see after my mother if they seen her driving around and her hover around in the middle of a busy street.
Go. I got you, Mother. Keep going. I ain't gonna let nobody hit you. Go around, sir. Go around. Go around.
But it quickly becomes apparent that this is no quick trip. It's a journey. And the woman on the motorized scooter is gravely overestimating its roadworthiness as she runs a red light.
No, 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 no!
I just started screaming hysterically because I was like, oh my God, she's gonna get hit by a truck because the trucks were coming. I was freaking out. I was super scared. I've never been that scared in my life.
Y'all, they gonna hit her. Just wait. I don't want nobody to hit you. Wait, Mr. Bus Driver. Wait. Ow!
Tawana manages to catch up,
Where you going?
but the situation is about to get much, much scarier.
And she done got on the expressway, y'all. I don't know this lady.
When she veered to the right, I said she headed for the highway. I was like, oh, no, this not good. This not good. This not good.
Ma'am, you want me to put your buggy in the trunk, ma'am? I can drive you. What you doing? I don't know.
There was a lady on the left-hand side of me, and I said, just stay on the side of me and help me so that she won't veer over to the left. Because if she'd have veered over to the left, she'd have ran into all of that traffic on the E-way. And I said, just help me.
Mother, you want to stop, Mother? We gonna help you. Don't blow at her. It's gonna make her scared.
Suddenly, a third car moves in to help, but only makes things worse.
No, she go, no, don't do that. No, don't do that, no.
I said, oh, this lady finna die. I said, please, God, don't let this lady die.
Then, in the nick of time, an officer intervenes,
Thank you, police.
or at least tries to.
Mother, come on, Mother. No.
She was like dragging him. And that's when I jumped out the car to try to help him stop her because she was like dragging him at donuts. And he was still going to donuts when the video cut off.
Tawana and the officer are eventually able to get the older woman into the police car, and she is returned safely to her family. No traffic violations are issued.
No!
And though the two did not stay in touch, Tawana is grateful for the chance meeting.
You know, it doesn't matter who you are, what color you are. If you need help, I'ma help. Sometimes God sends angels, and I guess I was just at the right place at the right time.
Mother, you need help.
Yes.
When competing with others for limited parking, be careful of who you offend. Their wrath could have very serious consequences. At a clinic in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the cameras on Amanda Aubin's car record as she searches for a spot in the very crowded parking lot. After minutes of circling, Amanda finally sees a spot open up and starts to pull in. just as another driver in a red car seems prepared to do the same.
I approached the spot that I was going to pull into when I saw a car backing out of it. Now, I didn't see the other person waiting at the time. I assumed maybe we just pulled up at the same time. But since I was on the right side, I went ahead and pulled into that spot.
But the other driver pulls in behind Amanda and waits.
I thought it was pretty weird that she just pulled up directly behind me, but I tried not to think too much behind it. I did watch her through the camera in the back of my car just to see what was up.
The other driver gets out and seems to complain to someone else about having lost the spot.
I noticed when she was talking to that person, her fist was clenched pretty tightly, and you could tell she was pretty tense and probably upset.
But the driver finally gets back into her car, backs up, and pulls into another spot.
At that point, I figured, okay, everything is cool because we were both parked and then she walked into her appointment. So I just proceeded to do the check-in procedure for my doctor's office while in my car.
Amanda finishes her check-in and then heads into her appointment. Altercation apparently avoided. But when Amanda returns to her car later, something is very, very wrong.
It was very obvious that my driver's side door and driver's side passenger door was very damaged. I was pretty upset.
So Amanda reviews the footage from her car's cameras and is stunned. While Amanda is at her appointment, the other driver returns, and she's clearly not quite over losing that initial parking space. The woman drags her keys across the side of Amanda's car, leaving a serious mark. She then returns moments later to key some more.
Not only once, but twice on the doors. It seemed like she's done this before.
Amanda brings the video to the police, and the keyer gets her just desserts.
We did get a copy of the police report, and she was arrested and charged. And I was recently paid retribution as well.
The woman is charged with simple criminal damage to property, and she must pay retribution in the amount of $1,500, which certainly helped ease Amanda's bad feelings about the whole incident.
In the end, my car was fixed. Nobody was hurt. I'm glad she was caught, and hopefully she learned a valuable lesson, especially being blasted on news sites and TV. I mean, she got what she deserved. So in the end, I'm not even mad anymore. It's done.
It's 2 a.m. in Shreveport, Louisiana, and Michael Davis is washing his car at a local car wash, while his brother Millard, a disabled veteran, sits in the passenger seat. And while washing your car might seem like a relatively relaxing late-night activity, the situation is about to become potentially deadly.
The first guy that I saw was the guy that was off camera. I just assumed it was somebody panhandling. I turned to him and I said, "I'm sorry, I don't have any money or anything." When I turned around, his accomplice had the gun set up on me.
It's a carjacking, and Michael and his brother inside the car are caught completely off guard.
Once I turned around and I saw the gun was pointed at my face, I needed to address the primary threat, which was the person with the gun.
Incredibly, the powerful jet of water drives the man with the gun and his accomplice away.
The biggest motivator for me was saving my brother. I mean, you know, cars and things like that can be replaced, but, you know, people can't.
But it's not over yet.
I immediately jump into my car, and my thought was, you know, launch out of there and chase them down.
The car wash hose, however, has other ideas.
When I dropped the sprayer, it went under the front of my car. So if I would have went forward, it would have, drug the whole thing down from my car. So I decided to put it in reverse instead. But once I got back into the car wash stall, I went to the front and I said, "Hey, you come back and try it again."
But they don't come back. And that's when Michael makes perhaps his boldest choice of the night.
The police were on the way, and I figured while I'm waiting for the police, I might as well go ahead and just finish rinsing my car. That's what I came here for anyway.
The two would-be carjackers are never identified by police, but the experience hasn't changed the way Michael looks at the world.
As far as the way that I interact with people or, in situations like that, it's really nothing has changed. I stay as aware as I always have and kind of just deal with things the way that they come.
Eugene, Oregon. A cyclist's helmet cam is recording his leisurely ride through the city. But as he pulls up to a red light, he is quickly reminded that not all motorists enjoy sharing the road with bikers.
Are you serious?
The driver in the SUV behind the biker is impatient. But the biker is waiting for the pedestrians.
You guys have the right of way anyways. I don't know what this jackass is thinking.
And that's when the SUV driver gets out of his car behind the biker.
You got a problem?
That's the SUV driver on the ground, and the biker now on top of him. Watch again as the SUV driver allegedly assaults the biker from behind. The biker reacts with brute force, knocking the driver to the ground and punching him in the face. Until a woman, possibly the SUV driver's companion, intervenes.
Get off of him! Seriously! Get in the car!
Bystanders help the driver up.
You don't want someone like me.
Yeah, don't do that, dude. Don't do that.
As the biker prepares to leave, he looks for some reassurance from those who witnessed the altercation.
Was that wrong? Okay.
Yeah, you're fine, dude. You're fine.
Regardless of who's right or wrong, the lesson is clear.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Confronting anyone over a traffic disagreement can get ugly very fast.
Got a problem?
According to news reports, these two people are attacking this car after a minor accident on the road. The woman recording from her car is Alicia Jefferson Joseph.
I was on the phone with my mom, and I heard like a crash. All of a sudden, this car pulls up next to me, and another car pulls up right next to it. And the guy jumps out, and he's like, "Get out the car, get out the car." And I'm like, "Mom, I'll call you back. Something's going down."
Then, Alicia spots something truly terrifying. The two people banging on the car appear to have a gun, which passes from the woman's hand to the man's.
He takes the gun from the girl and he's beating on the window, trying to bust the window.
Making matters even worse, the apparent weapon is not being handled with care.
You see the gun go flying, and I'm just like, this is not gonna be good.
Then, as the woman amps up her attack, Alicia makes a bold decision.
Hey, y'all gonna go to jail now! Hey! Hey, call the cops!
He ran to my car.
You're gonna go to jail!
And that's when you see like the camera drop. Because I have a concealed permit and I carry too.
Alicia claims she then picks up her weapon.
Hey!
I was not about to be his victim.
Then, as the man turns toward Alicia,
Hey! Don't go to jail with her!
suddenly,
Finally, I guess what I said registered in his head, and he ran back to the car. The girl was back at the car, and they left.
once the pair has moved away, Alicia pulls up to the other driver and claims to see a young woman who seems severely shaken.
She was crying so hard that she couldn't talk. And I kept telling her, this is not your fault. Like, an accident doesn't cause people to act like that. This is not your fault.
Shortly after the incident, the 20-year-old woman who was attacking the car is identified by authorities and arrested. A few days later, the Florida Highway Patrol tracks down the man. He is also arrested. Both are charged with multiple crimes related to the incident. The case is ongoing. And though Alicia is unsure what happened with the other driver, she feels she does have a good idea of what ultimately may have saved the young woman from harm.
Those windows were not even scratched. They were heaven sent. Most definitely.
But there's no denying Alicia also deserves credit for intervening.
Hey, call the cops! You're gonna go to jail. Don't go to jail. And she kept going. Don't go to jail with him.
My parents raised us to always help anybody that needs help. So I wouldn't hesitate to do it again.
Hey, y'all gonna go to jail now.
Road Wars has real life. Jaw-dropping moments captured by real drivers. Proving that anything can happen on the road.